Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to play another round in London, which is a map set that I really enjoy usually because I know my way around and hopefully can offer some insights into the sorts of things that we see. So without further ado, let's play the game. I'll give myself a 3-minute and 30-second limit to keep things going. Why not? Okay, wow, look at this. This looks like a pretty central London location to me, although I don't recognise it immediately. Chancery Lane maybe? Something like that. Let's go and have a look down here and see what we can see. We've got this church here which is kind of unique. Right, and we've got the Royal Courts of Justice. I think I know where they are. Let's get in, shall we, and have a look. The RCJ. So I think we're somewhere on here. This is Chancery Lane, the tube stop. But this whole area here sort of is all where a lot of the legal work happens in London. What are we looking for? I'm not quite sure we've got this just yet, so I would like a street name really, more than anything else. So we can use this though to sort of triangulate ourselves. There's this funny building here in the middle of the road. What direction are we actually heading? We're heading... The road is sort of east-west, isn't it? Yeah. We've got this park, or this open green area to the north. Okay, so we're heading west. Let's go back and see if we can see that sort of gap in the road with some... It was like a church, wasn't it, in the middle of it almost. So we're heading west. Could that be it? Potentially. Not convinced at the moment. Not convinced. Let's go back to the map. We haven't actually seen ourselves on an intersection yet. We've been on the pavement the entire time, haven't we? Strand and Aldwych. Right, okay. So perhaps we are down here. This is the Strand. Here we go. We've found it now. These are the RCJ. Didn't know exactly where they were. This is where we started about here. We've got a minute, so I'm going to go back to the beginning. I was looking on the wrong street then, basically. I was we're on the Strand, and actually I was looking up here on I think it's Fleet Street or Holborn. Anyway, so we know where we are now. We started here. We were progressing west, and we saw this, didn't we? The St Clement Danes Church and this split in the road. So we're about here. The question is just figuring out where we started. We've got this little inlet into the building, and what's opposite us? Opposite us we've got a Tesco's and something else, so I'm sure we should be able to find that. Opposite us is south, and there's the Tesco's. There we go. So look, I think we're pretty much there. Let's go for the guess. And we're on the pavement as well, we're not on the street. Oh well, there we go. The flag has us on the street, but we found it. Very good. Okay, this is also pretty central looking London, but a bit more residential, I would say, isn't it? Yes, it is. So let's get to the end of the street. We should find a sign here and be able to sort of triangulate ourselves. Can't quite see that. Need to go one step further. Maybe it's on the left as well. Here we go. Hales Street. London Borough of Southwark. Okay, so Southwark is sort of south of the river. Pretty central still in London. We've got to remember that pub, the Prince of Wales. That's very easy to remember. Prince of Wales, he says. I'm sure I'll forget it at some point, but Prince of Wales and what was the street again? Hales Street. Okay. And this road is going east-west again. So let's get in there and see if we can just see Southwark at least. This is Southwark area around here. You can see the tube stop in the middle. It looks like we're on a pretty main road here going east-west, but I'd like to find the name of it, I suppose, in order to continue. This is one way as well, so that's worth remembering. This looks, yeah, pretty major. It's one way northwest, isn't it? We're heading northwest. We've got the Imperial War Museum nearby. There we go, and St George's Road. Right, this should really help. So let's see if we can see that. So it was heading northwest. So maybe it's this one here, the A2. Possibly. Just, I think it would have the name on it, wouldn't it? If it had it. Grange Road, Flint Street. It looks pretty sizable. So is this it? Walworth Road. No, worth remembering that roads have both names and numbers. So, for example, this one here that says A2. Actually, zooming in, it says Great Dover Street as well. That can trip one up. I don't know exactly where St George's Road is, and I'm fast running out of time. So let's try and get some Blackfriars ahead. Westminster 1 mile away as well. So we've got Blackfriars. It's more up here actually as Blackfriars. This is a bridge, sort of quite a famous bridge in London. We've got here London Road, Waterloo Road. Come on, George Street, where are you? I did also, of course, see that there's a huge, great big you can see the shot there, actually, can't you? Directly to the sort of northeast of us. So that is over here. So we know that we are west of that. I think we're in the right area. I'm going to put a pin down because it's looking less and less likely that we're going to find it in time. George Road, where are you? Come on. I'm also looking at pubs, but with 5 seconds to go, I think that's probably not going to cut it. Where were we? Oh, we were a bit further out, weren't we? The A302 here is what we're on. There we go, St George's Road. Well, look. Ah, and there was the sign. There was the Imperial War Museum. Should have done a bit better there. Feel bad about that. Okay, wow, look at all these very grand kind of Regency buildings here. Wilton Crescent. Okay, I think I'm familiar with Wilton Crescent as it is, so let's just get in there. Not too many crescents in London. Some very nice ones. I think we're in this neck of the woods around here. SW1. Okay. Does ring a bell. Here's Wilton Crescent. There we go. So look, we're doing pretty well. We're looking east here, and well, are we about at the top or in the middle of it? Not exactly sure. Let's have a look. See what we can see. We've got this road disappearing up here to the north, to the northwest, and it's got that little triangle in it, doesn't it? So perhaps we're more. I think we're more about here, looking onto these buildings, which include. This is a very embassy-heavy region of London, as you can see. Luxembourg Embassy, United Arab Emirates, Singapore High Commission, so on and so forth. There we go. Another successful round. And this also looks like pretty central London. Well, here we go. Q Park on Oxford Street. Oxford Street is a very famous shopping district in London. These blue dots on buildings here are to inform you of sort of famous people who once inhabited that building. So as you can see here, Quinton Hogg, it'll tell you the years that they were alive, and usually the years that they inhabited this building or worked here or did something sort of seminal there. So they're really worth looking out for if you ever visit London. Looks like we're on, either that's someone's hair or we're on a horse, doesn't it? Right, Q Park on Oxford Street. Let's not forget why we're here. This is Oxford Street here. It runs through central London. And we're looking sort of south onto it, aren't we? So, not exactly sure where this Q Park is. It's likely to be in the middle of town. So let's just scroll along it quite quickly and see what we can... I don't see anything immediately, so let's continue. We want to go out of here really, don't we? And try and find exactly what we're looking at. So Starbucks, so is this Oxford Street? Cavendish Square. Okay, that is not Oxford Street, so let's carry on. Cavendish Square. John Lewis. Okay, so I think I know where we are. So we are back this way. Cavendish Square is just on the north side here of Oxford Street, and we were looking at John Lewis, weren't we? So I actually thought it was here, if I'm honest. But no, that's Portman Square. Okay, lots of squares. There we go. So I think we started here, but let's just go back to the start and see what we can find. So looking north, the park is to our left, isn't it? That would make sense. We're about there. And we can see actually on the map that the road splits off here and goes into two. One route which takes you down into the car park itself. So look, I think we're pretty much on the money there. Let's just, maybe it's, I don't know, the pin is there, isn't it, which is a bit confusing. So let's just put us here and go for the guess. I think we're pretty close. Oh, I should have stayed back where I was a bit. Oh well. Okay, round 5 out of 5. This feels more like Vauxhall, south of the river. There's a huge kind of construction area going on around Vauxhall, and this definitely looks like it, including, amongst other places, the new U.S. Embassy and a few other things. So, you know, look at all this. It's just crazy, isn't it? Merchant Square, Paddington. Oh, well, that places us there then. Well, that's nowhere near where I thought we might be, so that's good. That helps. So let's just get to here, shall we? And we should be able to work our way from there. So Paddington Green. So Paddington is a large, amongst other things, it's quite famous for a train station. It's up here. Nope, it's not. What am I doing? It's here, nearby. Paddington here. We're looking for Paddington Green. Lots of construction, I think, going on sort of up north of this a bit, but not 100% sure. Or in here. Heist Bank. Good name. Sussex Square. No, okay. W2, where are we now? We're on a pretty main road going east-west, and we started in all of this. This is actually, we're actually on a main road, aren't we, really? So, yeah, goodness, look at this. Right, that should help. The main sort of motorway here is up, actually, on this side of things. So, perhaps we're somewhere along here. You can see here, this A40. Let's just track along there for a bit and see what we can find. We're looking for Paddington Green. Something like that, you know? There was a sign for Kensal Rise, which is a bit further west than where we are now, so I'm going to head that way instead. I'm afraid I just don't see it. There's Kensal Green. So I think we're somewhere closer in here, aren't we? I'm going to put a pin down in case we can't find it. Let's just see what that sign. That's for folk going in a westerly direction. The A404. Let's see if we can't see the A4. There's the A404 there, and that might be where you'd exit, isn't it? So look, I think we're going to be in here. Or somewhere close to it. I don't see a Paddington Green, which I think is... oh, there's Paddington Green, yes. Okay, we found it. Let's go back to the start, but with 4 seconds to go, I think this is as good as we'll get. Yeah, look, we were south of the road actually, weren't we? That's right. It made sense because we came up north onto it. I was confused, and it's a little tough because that green isn't actually in green. But anyway, lots of construction on around here, so this area is forever changing. But yep, glad we found there, and I think we were close enough in the end, weren't we? View summary. Okay, so game finished. Well done. A shame we didn't get the one in Southwark. You know, was looking quite hard for that, but just didn't find it in the end, and didn't make the most of the Imperial War Museum clue. But pretty central locations all over London, so good to explore around. As always, I really enjoy this map. It's great to learn a bit more of you know, your home city, I suppose. So I hope you did too. Thank you very much for playing with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.